In second part of this lecture, we are going to have discussion on the page setup and printing tasks. I'm using the pivot table example data that we used previously. Page setup and printing tasks are found on the page layout menu, and the printing tasks can be found on the file and print. So if we click on the print, this is how our data looks like. This is how it will be printed on the actual paper. For our exercises, we don't have a printer, so what I'll be doing is to print all the data to a file. So by default, the printer selected here is Microsoft Print to PDF, but to print to a file you can also select some other file writing softwares. But if you have a physical printer connected to your computer, you can also select your printer from here. Okay, so this is how our data will be printed. I'll start with by setting print area. So let's say we do not want to print this whole page, we want to print just some part of it. And I want to print from column A up to column G, and from row 1 to row 11. So I want to just print this area. It is possible that you print only this area. Go to the page layout menu and then click on the print area. There you can see set print area. So if I click on that, and now I go back to file and click on print, you see that we see only the area that we had selected for printing. So this specific task is useful where you do not want to print the whole page, rather you want to print only the selected text. And if I go to the view menu, let me show one more thing to you. If I go to the view menu, there the default option selected is normal. We have some other options as well. For example, page break preview. It highlights the area that is currently marked for printing purposes. And this specific layout is very useful in a sense that it not only highlights the specific active print area, but it also enables you to modify the print area. So right now we have a very thick blue line around the print area, and it allows us to modify this area. So if I come to the border of this outline and the two-headed arrow, if I click on that and then I drag it, it allows me to increase or decrease the print area. So if I want to exclude one column from it, now my active print area is from column A up to column F, and from row 1 to row 19. And the same should be visible in the print menu. Okay, we can remove the print area and we can reset it in the page layout menu. We have print area and clear print area. So now we are back to normal, and any previously set print area is now clear. Okay, we have lots of option to control the printing tasks. The first one, if we have lots of data, so let me just for printing purposes, let me duplicate the data. So I copied and paste it. So now we have lots of data, and if I go to print, I can print up to month but not beyond that, because we have limited space. The width of the page is limited. So what if we want to print all the available columns on the current specific page? We have several options to do that. The first option is to convert the orientation of the page from landscape to from portrait to landscape. So the current orientation is right now the portrait. That is, we have more vertical space and less horizontal space. In the other hand, landscape, we have more horizontal space. So if I click on landscape, now you see the active print marker, that is the dotted blue line, has gone up to column M. Now we can print more columns in the current page, but it has reduced the vertical space. But still at the moment we cannot print one more column, that is the last column. So what we can do, if I go again to the view menu and click on the page breakout preview, I can drag this line toward the end of the, and now I have actually included this last column as well. So how this can happen, how this is possible practically, when previously the last column was not included in the print, but now when I have done it, it is included. So this is what we called, we actually scaled the paper. This is called scaling down. So if I go to the print menu, and at the end we have custom scaling. So right now we have custom scaling, and if I go to the specific option, in the, let's say, go to the page layout menu, we have scaled the document to 95% of its original size. So now the font size of the document has reduced from 100 to 95. Not only the font, but also all the space that was previously shown, it has shrunk from 100 to 95. This is called scaling. So scaling is useful when you want to put some extra text on the same page, but that extra text comes at a cost of reducing the font size, and as well as reducing the available spacing in the current document. So if I move it again to 100, so now you see the last column goes out of the range again, and it will not be printed. You can also somehow reduce the column size. For example, we don't need that much space for the year column. So if I select it and double click it, so now it has reduced, but still column N is not included. We can also modify some other columns, and you see when I modified it, now column N is included. So without scaling, now column N is included. So if you can reduce size of some of the columns, and you want to include the left out columns or left out rows, that is also possible, but the most convenient one was to scale the document. So scaling means increasing the size of the text, and as well as size of the other things. Okay, so we learned orientation, we learned print area, we learned scaling. We can also, if we can also change the paper size. So usually what you see, what you have in normal uh, page size, that is A4. So A4 is the normal page size, where it is 21 centimeter by 29 centimeters. So 29 centimeter is the horizontal, oh sorry, it's the vertical space. And we also have other sizes. For example, legal has much uh, larger uh, the vertical space. The vertical space is 35 centimeters. So if I click on that, now we have more rows that can be printed on the same document. Margins, if we go to the print, so the white areas on both the left and the right of the document, they are called margins. Similarly, the white area at the top and at the bottom of the document, they are part of the margins. So we can also change the margins if the requirement is so. There are certain presets, for example wide, narrow, but we can go to custom margins. So in the custom margins, at the top we have left almost 2 centimeters. So if I reduce it to 1, so it will be, let's make it 1, type it, and we also want to make 1 here, and on the left and on the right we have 1.8, 1.8, and that's okay. Okay, now if we print this page, we will have much smaller space at the top, and much smaller space at the bottom of the page. This is margins. Okay, let's say this is a very lengthy document, and what happens when I print this specific document? At the top we have the column, we have the column headers, and if I go to page number 2, these column headers disappear. So we no more knows what is East, what is Cyril, what is these products, what are their specific column names. So in printing, we can actually print the column headers on each page, so that the reader knows what each column represents. Therefore, it can be done, and the term that we use for this activity is called print titles, and it is in the page layout menu and print titles. So print titles, we can select rows to repeat at the top, or we can select print area. So actually if I say just repeat one row at the top, and okay, let's say we select this one, okay, and now confirm that, go to print, go to row number 2, sorry, page number 2. So even if we have moved to page number 2, the column titles are still there, and you see on each page the uh, column titles are repeated. And in the print title, we can select rows, or we can select specific print area, like in from here print area. So if I select this area, it will perform the same purpose. So print, okay, I think this was not, this is specifically meant for print area, but for print titles we will use the rows to repeat at the top. Okay, so we have discussed margins, orientation, size, print area, and I think that's it. I'll allow you some time to have practice on this. One more thing, uh, to go back to normal, we select normal and page break preview. Uh, let's go back to normal and page layout. Let's clear out the print area. Okay, view, page break. Okay, so there's a difference between the dotted lines and dark line. Dark line always represent that we have modified the default setting. Dotted line means that this is what Microsoft Excel will do on its own if we haven't changed anything. So if I move this line, for example, if I move this line upward, it becomes a dark line. So dark line means that we have modified it and we have changed the default setting. So if you want to go back to default setting, uh, we have again the option of clear print area. So page layout and clear print area and breaks, reset all breaks. So when we reset it, it go back to the default setting. So if we have manually changed something and we do not want that those manual changes should be printed out, we want to go back to the default settings. So we have breaks and then remove or reset all page breaks. So it will move again to the default setting. So that's all from the print and page layout commands. I'll give you some time to have practice on that, and if you have any question, please let me know. Thank you.